Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Hope you guys are still staying safe out there. And there is so much uncertainty in this world. It's just like mind-blowing. And to top things off with this whole JEFFREE STAR, Dahvie Vanity situation, it is just frustrating me to the core. So before we get into the video, you guys, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload, and leave a like. It'll help with the algorithm. But before, I just want to take a deep breath because this has been frustrating me so much. It's unbelievable. So in today's video, you guys, we're going to be discussing Dahvie Vanity, Blood on the Dance Floor, aka Jesus David Torres, the piece of shit that he is. I'm sorry, but this is just frustrating. I really and truly do want to preface this right from the beginning to say at the end of the day, this is who it is all about, is to get justice for these victims, for these young girls that are being preyed upon, that really need to be helped, to be guided. And this, I'm sorry for my language, but this is exactly how I feel. We're talking about a pathetic, fat, bald, 36-year-old man that's still living in his parents' house. That back in the day, he was part of, or they had a band called Blood on the Dance Floor, which JEFFREE STAR apparently had toured with. And this man, to me, in my opinion, has no self-confidence in himself whatsoever. He is absolutely pathetic. He preys on young girls. In 2007, he actually got involved with law enforcement for the rape of a young girl. And the only reason he got off was because the mother promised not to press charges against him. So, unfortunately, he got away. But to date, there's like 21 women that are accusing him of sexual assault. So that's a good thing, okay? So this guy, it really breaks my heart because as a mother of kids that age, he actually has a demographic of kids listening and admiring and loving on him is between the ages of 8 and 14 years old. Can that process in your mind? 8 and 14 years old. The damage he's done to so many young girls now is absolutely despicable. It's disgusting. And this is a guy that truly needs to be put behind bars. So apparently, recently he's tried to resurface, rebrand himself, and he has, I know for sure he has an Instagram, which I started following him because I want to see what this piece of shit is up to. And the saddest thing about it is that this is what he posted on his Instagram today, and I'm gonna read it to you. You are the power. Don't let your thoughts limit you. We manifest what we constantly think about in our minds. You can't have victory if you think about defeat. Not get in balance. You are the power. You are the creator of your reality. Victory starts with the mind, and new levels depend on our thinking. The more you complain, the more your thoughts are filled with darkness, draining your strength and your energy. When you dwell on uplifting things, when you release your faith, you'll feel the strength, courage, and determination rising up. Start thinking victory. Start thinking, I think he's trying to say victorious thoughts. Put your shoulders back and keep your head high. Remember who you are. You've been blessed by the powerful universe. You can turn it all around. New doors will open when you start to believe. Get in balance, energize your mind and heart with all love, all power, and all peace. One love. Are you kidding me? This is a man that's putting or trying to put positive out in the world, that is preying on young girls. This is a monster. Truly, he is a monster. And like I said, I want to preface this by saying this is the guy that needs to be put behind bars. He's gotten away with too much. He's getting away with too much. I did watch Tamimi's video a few days ago where she said that he's trying to launch a makeup line. And when I Googled him, apparently, I don't know if this is true, but according to Google, he's worth $3 million. Really? This man needs to be put away. I'm sorry. That is period, point blank. This is a type of following that this piece of shit that's 36 years old that still lives with his parents. How disgusting. These are the type of followers that he has. Let me play you this clip.
Dahvie Vanity didn't rape anyone. He's not a pedophile. He's fucking innocent. He couldn't rape anyone because, I mean, who wouldn't want to have sex with Dahvie Vanity? If he was like, he's so fucking bed now, there would be no question. It's like my dream.
So Dahvie's Jesus Christ. I don't care what you guys say because it's true. He's Jesus.
Today, I am being interviewed by the legendary American TV journalist, Chris Hansen. We are diving into a very serious subject today. It is going to be on his YouTube channel. He is trying to put away someone in prison, and I'm going to answer all of his questions, and hopefully I can help and give some clarity to a lot of really insane rumors and misinformation on the internet. I know a lot of people have to copy and paste my old past to try to use it against me. Girl, not today.
Okay, you guys, there you go. That is who Jeffree is. He's social media. Let's get into this whole Chris Hansen, Jeffree Star interview. For me personally, I feel that everybody already went into watching this interview with their mind already made up, that Jeffree Star is a piece of shit, and that he just needs to come and say what he knows so these victims can get justice, which in my opinion is, how can you get justice for these victims in a court of public opinion? You know, that's just my opinion. And then everybody was like, because they didn't get what they were wanting, they were pissed off. Let me play a few clips and then we'll get back to it.
But we're also wondering, what was the point of the Jeffree Star Chris Hansen interview that Chris Hansen conducted over on his YouTube channel earlier today? Because in my opinion, just from watching it, it felt like Chris Hansen was more so starstruck that by the fact that Jeffree Star would even agree to sit down at his channel and give him that kind of viewership and that kind of clout, rather than taking the time to ask Jeffree Star the hard-hitting questions that everyone in the chat, everyone on Twitter, everyone on social media really wanted answered during this situation.
People giving Chris Hansen all this clout, all this like idea that he's just this crazy, smart, amazing man who can do all this stuff that us normal YouTubers can't because he was in mainstream media. Like, do you guys realize all the background work that was done on To Catch a Predator, on Hansen versus Predator? It wasn't Chris Hansen running around doing all the work. It was a team of people, and Chris Hansen was the fucking face. He was the face of it.
Unlike Chris Hansen in that video, we're actually going to unpack the things that we talk about unpacking. So you don't worry about it. Because apparently there were a lot of questions that Chris Hansen and his moderators had promised to answer that they didn't discuss.
Yes. Okay, there you go. Everybody was pissed and everybody came up with the same conclusion that at the end of the day, Jeffree Star was in control of this interview. Let's back up a bit, okay? Did anybody even try to message Chris Hansen and find out from him why didn't he ask the hard-hitting questions? Or nobody knew what the terms and conditions were for Jeffree Star to have a seat with Chris Hansen. And at the end of the day, a lot of people all of a sudden became reporters and journalists and started judging on what he did wrong and how he should have done it. And you know what? You'll need to get over yourselves because you didn't get what you wanted. The questions that you wanted answered were not asked. And I get that. I get that because, like I said, you went into this interview, watching this interview with knowing that Jeffree, in your mind, is a piece of shit. You know, one T channel even said that those tweets or statements was a smoking gun.
When I went into this interview, I was like, okay, bitch, let's talk about these tweets, because for me, that is the smoking gun.
Yeah.
Those tweets are the smoking gun, that you knew something was happening. How are you going to walk back from that?
Are you freaking kidding me? Really? That's a smoking gun? Come on, people. You all are putting this man in a court of public opinion. Have you ever thought of maybe do things the right way, do things legally, okay? Then Jeffree Star can go to court, testify. There's no way he can lie there, you know, because he'll be perjuring himself at the end of the day. So you all didn't get yours own way. So now all of a sudden, Chris Hansen is just no good. The things you'll have said about Chris Hansen. Let's go back to when Keemstar interviewed Onision. You'll have the same thing to say about that. Bear in mind, you guys, again, I'm going to tell you, this is a court of public opinion. This is not a court of law. Let's go back to Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, gymnastic that Larry Nassar, R. Kelly. Who put him behind bars? Who got those victims justice? The court of law got them justice, not YouTubers. Now, all of a sudden, these YouTubers are saying that they could have done better. Chris Hansen's just a reporter. He's not a journalist. He was just a face. Are you kidding me, guys? Really? Just because y'all didn't get yours own way. Come on, man. Grow up. You're supposed to be seeking justice for these victims, not playing favorites and not throwing a tantrum when you don't get yours own goddamn way. Come on. Then you went after Chris Hansen for stating that this is going to get millions of views and complaining and saying, oh, he's just going to make money off of this. So what? Aren't you all doing the same thing? Aren't you all making money off your YouTube channels? Of course he's going to get the views because Jeffree Star is well known. Jeffree Star has what, 18 million subscribers? Do you not think that people are going to tune in just to watch Jeffree Star, to hear what he's got to say, that has their own minds to make up? Do you all really think that he just did it for the bag? Really, people? Is that where your mind is? Can you not criticize him for anything else? Just because you didn't get what you wanted. Again, stop taking away from these victims, okay? Jeffree Star is not the only one. There's plenty of people who can testify and say what happened. There's this guy, this interview was done last year, and he seems to have seen a lot. So let me play this video and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
You were there for the Blood on the Dance Floor tour,
Yep.
the All the Rage tour.
Yep.
Did you feel the urge for your fists to go flying at some point?
So many times, and they had times that, like at the time, you know, the band was, you know, coming back after the whole "My Dear," you know, so Ash was very, I don't know what's the right way to put it. But yeah, there were plenty of times. I remember she had to hold us back because we were about to attack him. He laid hands on her before, and we're like, why can't we just beat the shit out of him? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, your Southern California punk rock self starts coming out. Yeah. Like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
We toured with them 3 times. And then you start seeing the disgusting things that would be happening on that tour. and it's all absolutely true. And we called it out, like we sent all this stuff to like the police. Kids came forward, to us about it, and like they had like conversations of him talking to a 16-year-old girl. Like we had it there, but they sent it to the police. I guess something like, oh, different states have different things, so they have to deal with this. Like, this guy's going after kids. Like, fuck everything else. Like, do something about it. But it's good to see this stuff is finally coming out now. And like, I hope they get them.
When she first came out about it, I read about it, I think in AP or something like that. And I thought to myself, why? Why does this have to happen?
Yeah.
Did you ask yourself why?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And at the same time too, it's like, I don't know, like how do these people get away with it? In that sense too. And I remember what happened exactly, because we actually got kicked off that tour. But they had this girl, like, so Ash was singing one of the songs with them on stage, and he would get, a little too uncomfortable, so she would just stop singing up there. So they had like another girl sing. And I remember we were by the merch table, because we would go like to merch like after the show and try to sell. And they had this girl came with the same hair as Ashley, and I was like, hey, they invited me on the bus, and we were wondering if we should go. And we're like, no, stay away from that bus, don't do anything. She ended up going on the bus anyway, and told them that we said that. He called us on their bus the next day and wanted us to get down on our knees and apologize to him. And we're like, dude, no, this is not happening. And that's when they removed us from the tour, and we're like, well, absolutely, we're going home. We don't want to be a part of this at all.
I feel like you actually were relieved.
Yeah, no, we were definitely relieved. And what sucked is they had some parts of the label too was like, you guys shouldn't have done that. You guys hurt, you guys may have, hurt some professional ties. And we're like, fuck that. This is guys going after kids. Like, nothing else should matter. Why don't you have our backs over this?
Okay, you guys, there you go. This guy, they were on tour, they got thrown off. Everything is self-explanatory. So contact him. Let's all, at the end of the day, leave all this to law enforcement. Let's do things the right way. You want justice for these victims? Get justice for them. Don't go around and try bring the next person down. You're not helping these young ladies by doing this. Do you not think this is stressful for these young ladies? How many videos are gone up in regard to this? And it's all surrounding Jeffree Star. Are you all kidding me? Dahvie Vanity must be sitting back and saying, look at these damn fools. Well, what is he doing? Still going about his business. Going after these young girls. And what are you all doing? Trying to make Jeffree Star accountable. You guys, this is what really got under my skin. It really and truly got under my skin. And I'll play these clips for you.
No, Jeffree, we're bringing up your past because you fucked up. You fucked up there. I saw a comment about Dustin Daly supporting Jeffree Star. I don't think he is. If he's supporting them after that interview, that's weird. But I don't think there's anyone in their right mind who would do that. That is not okay. Nobody would do that.
Yeah, I am, Sharon. Come after me. Because nobody is going to dictate to me how I should think. Especially in a damn court of public opinion, okay? When this all went down with James Charles, you went rampant, okay? Now you're doing it again. You yourself said that you have a video of Jeffree Star being inappropriate with a minor.
Like, oh, this video that someone's posted that is making the rounds where he's grinding, that was just something we did. Yeah, I know, Jeffree, that's something you did. Because I received video of you doing it to underage boys.
Go after Jeffree Star with that video. Bring him down. Cancel him with that video. Of all the things that he's done in his past, cancel him on that. I'm not coming and defending Jeffree Star, but what's pissing me off is this whole court of public flippin' opinion.
Okay, so I woke up today and once again, I think this is like every 6 months, people have dragged up and pulled out old videos from my MySpace days. We're talking 10, 12 years ago. I know quarantine has a lot of you motherfuckers really bored, but stop trying to use my past against me. Today, 2020, this is the fucking bitch I am. This is the person I'm proud to be. Me 10 years ago, we've been over this so many times. So every time, I'm not gonna readdress things every 6 months when a little group of people can't get over something or like move on. That Jeffree Star is not Jeffree from 10 years ago. I don't know how many times I have to hammer that into some people's heads, but girl, I'm like, keep pulling the old videos. Yes, that was me. Girl, those lived on MySpace. They had millions of views. I took them down later because guess what? That's offensive, crass, crazy. Like, trust me, I know. I lived it. And if you're seeing tiny pieces of clips of things that you were not there for, don't assume. Don't assume anything because you weren't there. You didn't know what happened. So, look, I'm just going to say that once. You guys know I will always be sorry and forever apologize for all the stupid, offensive, dumb shit I've said. But dragging up old videos and trying to paint a narrative, girl, go spend some quarantine time doing something else for you, girl. Because all that energy on me is wasteful. God bless you.
That is what's pissing me off. You all have no idea the legalities behind all of this. Okay? You all have no idea the legalities that went behind James Charles. These people are sitting on gold mines. They got a lot to lose. You and I, we got nothing to lose but a YouTube channel, right? Just think about that. And then all of a sudden now, us as adults, you called Dustin out and said, oh, you can't see Dustin daily, still supporting Jeffree Star after this interview. So nobody else can come to their own conclusions but what you telling them. Okay? Which to me is like, wow. Really? In the court of flippin' public opinion? Now nobody can go and support Jeffree Star. And this is another YouTube a T channel that I want to play right now that had the same thing to say. Now's the time to bail out. Who the flippin' hell are you to tell anybody to bail out? This is the time.
Now is the time to separate yourself from Jeffree Star. If you never had another reason to separate from Jeffree Star, now is the time.
Let me explain something to you, okay? Look how you're, okay, not Nick, Mocha. Nothing personal against you, but all I'm saying is, you Mocha supports a Jeffree Star, okay? And I mean this with all respect, right? Now, you choose to no longer support Jeffree Star. So that means that you also cannot purchase from MORPHE because Jeffree Star has stakes in MORPHE. He owns part of MORPHE. I'm going to leave SKELOTIM's video down below, or even Karina Kaboom, where they show that Jeffree Star actually has stakes in MORPHE. So what do you say about that? And yes, Jeffree Star did have full control of that interview because at the end of the day, maybe that was the only way Chris Hansen was going to get the interview out of Jeffree Star. Okay? And another thing is that when people want to tell the story or give feedback, please give the right story. I want you to pay very close attention to this clip where this channel insists that Jeffree Star said apartment instead of house. Please, you guys, pay close attention.
Chris Hansen, one of his final questions, or maybe it wasn't his final question, maybe I was just tired of the bullshit and I tuned out. says, you know, when's the last time you saw Dahvie? And
oh my god, bitch, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Did you fucking see it?
I watched it twice. This entire interview.
But we're here.
Yes.
Okay, that's why you're my best friend.
Yes.
And Jeffree says, well, you know, I went to visit them at their apartment.
Yeah.
He made sure to say apartment, not house, right? That they were renting. Language is very important, right? I went to visit them at their apartment that they were renting. And it was around the time where they stopped having money.
When was the last time you had any meaningful conversation with Dahvie?
Oh God. So the last time I saw Dahvie and Jay was in San Diego at a house that they were renting. I think they were starting to like not have money anymore. And
now what did Jeffree say? I clearly heard. I clearly heard Jeffree say he went to the house they were renting in San Diego. So you all insisted and you were, yeah, that's why you're best friends, huh? But Jeffree clearly said he went to the house. So it's like you want people to jump ship, okay, and still reporting misinformation. That everybody saw this interview with Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star clearly, maybe I was watching the wrong interview, but I clearly heard Jeffree say that he went to see James at the house, not at that point. I'm sorry, you guys. Yeah. Let's get back to this interview, okay? There was a lot of throwing under the bus here. Remember in the interview Chris Hansen had with Javon Monroe? Javon Monroe insisted he was never best friends with Jeffree. The only time he had interaction with Jeffree was on the tour.
Me and Jeffree were not really that close. We just toured together and we would hang out like, you know, like at the events and stuff. We weren't really like close friends or anything, but
Jeffree said otherwise.
yeah, I mean, I thought I knew Jay pretty well. He just seemed like a lost and broken kid, and he told me a lot of his backstory as a kid, and I just felt like Dahvie preyed on him being a broken person.
So it's like somebody is hiding something, definitely. And I'm going to be straight up and say, I don't believe Javon Monroe. You know why? Because remember that video that he made with this piece of shit, Dahvie Vanity, on mocking Jesse Slaughter? I'm going to link the video down below because it's just not appropriate. And then he was the one that lived with Dahvie Vanity for so long. There was definitely things that he witnessed. Absolutely 100% things that he witnessed. At one time he even said, I think it was in the Chris Hansen video, he said he noticed this young girl at the merch stand. How many times did he make a joke of Dahvie doing these wrong things with underage girls? He made a joke of it. But now all of a sudden, he didn't see anything. He's 100% he's a victim because Dahvie Vanity treated him like shit. I get that. But at the end of the day, why lie? And I get the fact that a lot of people said that Dahvie Vanity is a manipulator. Yes, he may be 100% a manipulator. But this is the time where you can be free and come forward for these young ladies. It's about time they are free. So all this business about Jeffree Star having the smoking gun, which was total BS as far as I'm concerned. I just showed you all a clip of somebody that was there, that saw it, witnessed it. But no, because you just cannot handle or cannot stand Jeffree Star. You want to hold him accountable. Let me tell you something. and this is coming from me as a parent, you cannot hold Jeffree Star accountable for somebody else's wrongdoings. Cannot do that. But I'm going to tell you this, Shannon. You said you have that video of Jeffree Star being inappropriate with underage guys. Bring him to cancellation with that. Cancel him on that. Don't use these victim stories to cancel somebody you don't like. It just pains me to see that you will put these girls through this. Truly it will. But my point at the end of the day, you're giving too much focus to Jeffree Star. Too much. What are you doing for Jeffree Star? You're waiting for his numbers to drop. You're waiting to cancel him. While on the other end, this piece of shit, Dahvie Vanity, is still going about his business. Are you worried about that? No. You're worried about canceling Jeffree Star. Get your flippin' priorities in order. It's like people can't think for themselves. People can't use their own brains. When you come up with getting justice for these young ladies, and I mean justice as in getting them an attorney, getting all your cases together, and making all these people appear in legal court, in a courtroom. Because what do they say? You're innocent until proven guilty, right? But no! You want to cancel Jeffree Star. It's like, forget the pettiness. Forget. Keep focus with the task at hand. It's getting justice for these young ladies. Protecting anybody else. Keep putting the word out there. Stop wasting time on Jeffree Star, people. He's told you, if he lied, he lied. Move on. Just move on. You are not doing any justice for these young ladies. You're sitting back there frustrated. Oh no, we didn't get. People are holding and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. People want to come out now. Jeffree has used them.
Now, I understand that I signed up for this shit. I get it. I've lived my life online for a very long time, and none of those videos will ever go away. But I get that the lie is a lot more entertaining than the truth sometimes, and people will make up things to make it seem a certain way. It's happened to me my whole career, but girl, I'm not doing it. I am in such a good headspace, and the old Jeffree is never coming back. So keep rewatching the old her, because I'm never coming back, sweetie.
So you guys, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and please be safe out there. Don't forget, be kind to one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.